Hey everybody, what's up? I know this is my third video since I came back. This is a very kind of informal vlog for me, and it's only about the TV show Lost. So if you're not a fan of the show, if you're not a fan of like reviews of the show or video podcast or anything like that of the TV show Lost, go right ahead and stop the video because I'm probably going to talk a long time, and this is just for fans of the TV show. So if you're not a fan of Lost, talk to you later. Bye. If you are a fan of Lost, the vlog is about the first 3 episodes of season 4. So I'm going to talk about this openly, and I'm going to talk about a few things I've seen, like fan ideas or theories or whatever, that I've seen on Wikipedia and a couple other websites or things I've seen. So if you haven't seen the first 3 episodes, I'd suggest that you turn this off if you don't want anything ruined. So spoiler alert, now's your chance to opt out. If you haven't, or if anything that I say, I have no inside scoop or anything, so a lot of this is just my theory or things I've read. So if you're not the kind of person who wants to know that, again, shut this off. Otherwise, if you just want to join in on the dialogue and whatever, go right ahead. Like I said, this is kind of informal. I have a few notes that I jotted down on a post-it that I got right up here. But this is going to be a little bit more informal vlog that I'm used to doing. Because this show has just been bugging me out. I got done watching it last night and was just blown away by the twist with Saeed. But before I get into last night's show, there's 2 or 3 points I want to make about the rest of the episode. I don't know if I'm going to be doing this every time the show's on. I just happened to be home tonight, so I thought it'd be fun to do. I know there's a lot of fans out there who watch my videos, and it'd be fun to join in the dialogue. But I wanted to add a couple things. I'm not going to go too in depth about the season so far, about the first 2 episodes, but I did want to bring up a few points. The first thing, I watched a podcast from ABC.com. I get it in my iTunes. Before the writer's strike, Carlton and Damon, 2 of the main writers, they were doing audio podcast about the show before and after the episodes. Since the writer's strike, they haven't been on there, but they've had 2 podcasts that are about more PR stuff. One was about costume design, but the other one was about the first Easter egg of the season. And I don't know if you guys remember the scene where where Hurley is in the interrogation room, and he freaks out. He looks in the window and he sees Charlie swimming in the tank. He puts his hand up and then breaks the glass, and the water comes through, and it's a dream, or he's freaking out or whatever. They did a still frame in this podcast, and on his hand it said something like "They need you." They need you. And I know Jack said it, or that's been implied about the other people. I have a theory dealing with this Oceanic 6. My theory is that the 6 people that end up rescued somehow or another sold out the rest of the people on the island, and they're still there. And my theory is that they sold them out. They feel very guilty about this, and they need to go back to that island to help those people out because they're in danger of some syndicate or organization or something where they're working for. I don't have names of a lot of people right now. There's one guy. He's the guy that visited Hugo in the mental ward. Then you see him working with Naomi. I've been just calling him the black guy. He reminds me of Mr. Echo. I think he's the only African American on the show right now, other than Michael and Walt, who I heard will be coming back. So if I talk about the black guy, that's who I'm talking about. And the other name, well, I'll get to some of those names a little bit. So if you didn't see it, the freeze frame on the hand said "They need you." The other thing, in the when Hugo visited the cabin, Jacob's cabin, I've seen still frames of this, many still frames on Wikipedia and a few other websites. It's actually Jack's dad. I don't know if he's supposed to be Charlie or if he's supposed to be um, Jacob, or if they're just doing that to screw with people. The other thing I want to mention: have you noticed around the cabin there's ashes? Without ashes, you can't have smoke, such as the black smoke monster. So what's that all about? Um, so those are a couple things I wanted to mention about the first couple episodes. Um, Very interesting thing that happened last night when the guy, right now I call him Freaky Scientist guy, the guy with the beard and the skinny tie, he did that test with that marker or whatever that came to them, and the marker was like 31 minutes late. There's something going on with time. Um, his name or one of the other scientists' last name somehow has a relation to the author of The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. So I don't know if this island is a portal to somewhere. I haven't figured that out yet. And I'm completely blown away why they're showing the ship and how they're set up by that. But Saeed, that blew my mind to find out he is working for Ben. How long did it take you guys to figure out it was Ben? Um, I thought it was, and yet the voice didn't quite sound the same. It goes to show that Ben has been off that island. He has all kinds of money. He has passports. He has clothes. He has a way to get off that island. So he is a bigger force here. And they get off this island, and that black guy um, is. I wonder if he's one of the people going against Ben. Um, that the girl that Saeed fell in love with, that she was working for, because she had the same bracelet that Naomi had. So that's very interesting. Um, I wanted to note Jin's dad, I marked down. Are we going to be seeing more of him? He's one of these big corporate guys. Uh, and it just seems to me like there's a lot of corporations and things going on here. I bet we see more of Jin's dad. One thing I heard about on the radio today, I wrote down, right now they've been on the island for 100 days. They landed sometime in September of 2004. They find out about the Red Sox winning the World Series. According to the writers, the tsunami, remember when that tsunami hit right before Christmas? That is supposed to hit. That is supposed to come into play on this show. What that means, I don't know. I wonder if that has something to do with that polar bear skeleton that we've seen with the Dharma Initiative thing on the neck. I don't know, but that should be something too. But I'm curious, the whole one of the devices of the show has been flashbacks and flash forwards, and now things are taking place in the present off the island. People finding the plane and stuff like that. What does time actually have to do with this whole island? Desmond can see in the future. We saw that this island seems to be like on a 30-minute time lapse or something. Quick theory about the smoke monster. I believe the island itself is a healing entity. I believe the women on the island, the reason they're losing their babies is the fetus is like foreign to the woman's body, and the way that the body heals, it tries to get rid of it, kind of abort the fetus. Um, the smoke monster, I believe, is the entity of evil. Follow me here. Is the entity of evil that the island has pushed out, has kind of extracted out of itself. So I believe that smoke monster is the essence of evil, as is Jacob, but I haven't quite figured out Jacob. Um, and that's, oh my gosh, I am running out of time. Saeed, I wonder who the Oceanic Six is going to be. I think it's going to be Jin or Sun. It's going to be the next one, and I don't think Sawyer. And look, Ben obviously made it off the island. This season is throwing me for a loop. I love what they're doing, completely changing things up. That is all for now. Tell me what you guys think about this, just random thoughts about the show. It won't be for everybody, but I did like to see what you guys have to think. So I know there's a lot of Lost fans out there. That's all for now. I'll talk to you guys later. This is unedited, unscripted. That's all for now. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.